They entered the Amazon to uncover the source of an ancient curse. This is the last song of the Amazon. The year is 2019. Environmental researcher Diana travels to the Amazon rainforest in Brazil with her team to study some strange radio frequencies coming from deep within the jungle. Local legend has it that these mysterious signals are the last remnants of an ancient tribe that vanished into the jungle centuries ago. With the help of the local Yanomami people, Diana's team ventures into the rainforest to locate the source of the humming. As they trek through the dense undergrowth, Diana notices that their equipment is picking up an unusual amount of electrical interference. Their instruments begin to malfunction, and strange lights start appearing in the forest around them. That night, as the team camps out in the jungle, they hear a haunting melody being played on what sounds like a flute. None of them recognize the tune, but it seems to be calling out to them from the trees. Suddenly, the animals around them freeze and the shadows of strange shapes begin to move in the flickering firelight. Terrified, the team huddles together as the shapes approach them, but they can't see anything in the darkness. Then, just as quickly as it began, the melody stops and everything returns to normal. The next day, the team presses on, determined to find the source of the music. They follow the sound deeper and deeper into the rainforest until they finally come across a clearing. In the center of the clearing is a large tree with strange markings carved into its bark. As Diana approaches the tree, she can feel a strange energy emanating from it, and the humming grows louder. Then suddenly, the ground begins to shake and the tree's branches start to move. Diana watches in horror as the tree's roots burst out of the ground and wrap themselves around her legs. She screams for help, but her voice is lost in the jungle. The roots pull her down into the mud and she struggles to free herself. But the more she struggles, the deeper into the ground she sinks. Just when she thinks she can't go any deeper, the roots tighten their grip and drag her all the way down into the earth. Diana finds herself in a dark and narrow tunnel. She tries to climb back up, but the walls are smooth and slippery. She can't get a purchase, and soon she's sliding back down to the bottom. As she falls, she sees a faint light ahead and begins to crawl towards it. When she finally reaches the end of the tunnel, she finds herself in a large cavern. In the center of the cavern is a pool of water, and the walls are covered with ancient hieroglyphics. As Diana approaches the pool, she sees her own reflection staring back at her. But as she reaches out to touch the water, she realizes that it's not her reflection at all. It's the spirit of the jungle itself. The spirit rises out of the pool and takes the form of a beautiful woman. Diana is awestruck by the creature's beauty, but she's also terrified. The spirit of the jungle advances towards her, and Diana can feel its power overwhelming her. She tries to run, but it's too late. The spirit wraps its icy fingers around her and lifts her up. Diana looks into the spirit's eyes and sees centuries of pain and sorrow reflected back at her. The spirit tells her that it has been trapped in the jungle for centuries, unable to rest because of the evil that men have done to it. Diana realizes that the evil the spirit is referring to is the deforestation and pollution that has destroyed so much of the Amazon. The spirit tells Diana that it needs her help to break the curse that has trapped it here. It offers her the chance to become its vessel and free the jungle from its torment. But if she refuses, the spirit will be forced to find another host and the curse will continue. Diana knows that she must accept the spirit's offer if she wants to save the jungle, but she's also afraid of what becoming a spirit's vessel might do to her. Nevertheless, she agrees to help the spirit and becomes its new host. As the spirit enters Diana's body, she feels an intense surge of power and knowledge. She can sense the pain and suffering of the jungle all around her, but she also feels a deep connection to the natural world that she's never felt before. With the help of the spirit, Diana is able to break the curse and free the jungle from its torment. The trees and plants flourish like never before, and the animals return to live in harmony with their environment. But this victory comes at a cost. As the curse is lifted, Diana realizes that she's no longer human. She's become one with the jungle, and her physical form has been left behind. She can still feel the love and gratitude of the jungle, but she's also aware that she'll never be able to return to her old life. As the camera pans away, we can see that Diana's physical body is still sitting by the pool in the cavern. Her clothes are torn and her skin is pale and lifeless, but her eyes are open and staring blankly ahead. The story doesn't end there. There's more to this tale than meets the eye. You see, the entire story was actually a lie. Or was it? Let me explain. All of the events that Diana and her team experienced in the jungle were real, but they didn't happen in the way that they thought. The mysterious humming that led them to the jungle was not the last song of an ancient tribe, but the last song of the Amazon itself. When Diana and her team first arrived in the jungle, they unknowingly stepped into a pocket of space-time that was untouched by modern society. Inside this pocket, time moved differently, and the laws of physics were altered. The ancient tribe that the locals spoke about had not vanished into the jungle centuries ago. They had simply retreated into the pocket of space-time to escape the chaos of the outside world. When Diana and her team ventured into the rainforest, they unwittingly disturbed the tribe's sacred ground. This caused the pocket of space-time to destabilize, releasing the Song of the Amazon and its inhabitants. The Song of the Amazon is a powerful force that can control the minds and bodies of those who hear it. That's why the animals froze when the melody was played, and why the shadows appeared to move on their own. The song was a manifestation of the jungle's defense mechanism designed to protect its inhabitants from outsiders. The clearing where Diana and her team eventually found the source of the humming was once the entrance to the tribe's hidden city. But over the centuries, the jungle had reclaimed the area and turned it into a peaceful meadow. When Diana touched the large tree, she activated an ancient mechanism that opened the entrance to the city once again. The tree reacted violently because it was the last remaining guardian of the tribe's sacred ground. The root that wrapped around Diana's legs were not trying to hold her down. They were trying to guide her to the opening of the city where she would be welcomed by the tribe. The tribe saw Diana as a savior who could help them reconnect with the outside world and bring about peace between humans and nature. But Diana was not meant to be their savior. She was simply a pawn in a much larger game. The spirit that Diana encountered in the cavern was not the spirit of the jungle. It was the leader of the tribe, a powerful shaman who had been in hiding for centuries. The shaman offered Diana the chance to become its vessel so that it could use her body to contact the outside world and seek help in preserving their way of life. But Diana refused. She did not want to become a vessel for anyone, no matter how good their intentions may have been. The shaman respected Diana's decision and allowed her to keep her freedom. However, it warned her that without its help, she would not be able to survive in the jungle for long. And so it was. Diana and her team were never truly safe in the jungle. They were constantly at risk of being attacked by jaguars or bitten by poisonous snakes. In the end, Diana and her team were forced to flee the jungle, leaving behind the secrets of the hidden city and the tribe that lived there. As the camera pans away, we can see that Diana's team managed to make it out of the jungle alive, but they are shaken by their experience. One of the team members, Marco, is missing and presumed dead. He was the one who had encouraged them to venture deeper and deeper into the jungle in search of the source of the humming. The team sets up camp for the night, but they are too afraid to start a fire. They huddle together in the darkness, listening to the sounds of the jungle around them, wondering if they're being stalked by a jaguar. Suddenly, they hear a familiar melody being played in the trees. It's the same melody that they heard the night before they encountered the spirit of the jungle. The team members look at each other in terror, knowing that they are not alone in the jungle. Then, just as suddenly, the music stops and the trees fall silent. The next morning, the team decides to flee the jungle as quickly as possible. They don't want to stick around to find out what the mysterious melody means. As they trek through the undergrowth, they can't help but glance nervously over their shoulders, half expecting to see a jaguar leaping out of the trees to attack them. Finally, they emerge from the jungle and collapse on the ground, exhausted and terrified. They had made it, but they will never forget their experience in the Amazon. The last song of the Amazon may never be heard again, but those who have heard it will never forget it. Now it's time to make your voice heard. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think happened to Diana and her team after they left the Amazon. And don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling tales of mystery and suspense. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Your support keeps this channel alive and lets us bring you even more creepy, mysterious content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.